Hi there everyone, welcome to TechCravers. This is my unboxing of the now notorious WHITE Retroid Pocket 3. Most people who are just a bit interested in these handhelds have probably seen the YouTuber Taki Udons video about the Retroid Pocket 3 and why he wouldn't review it. If you haven't, I'll leave a link to his excellent channel in my description. Anyway, in that video he made a specific statement directed to the white version, which he said he had already seen and that it's not even white, but that Retroid is marketing it as white anyway. How's that for customer service? Well, in front of me is the white version, so without further delay, let's unbox it. Okay, so on top of the box we get a set of rubber membrane buttons to switch out the dome switch buttons that comes pre-mounted on the device. That's pretty neat, I guess, but I actually don't have that much of a problem with the dome versions. Maybe I'll just swap them out for testing later. It also comes with a 32GB SanDisk micro SD and tools to open your device and some extra screws. Now, as you can see, just as I said, this is the notorious white version with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Inside the box itself, we get this very brief user's manual, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable with some cute purple details, a screen protector, and of course, the device itself. And you know what? Taki was right. This is not what I would describe as white, definitely not as white as their renders on the official site. It has more of a washed out white, or like a white plastic toy that has aged off. With that being said, however, it's not as ugly as I thought it would be. I can actually see people buying this if it was called cream white or something. On top here we have stacked shoulder buttons and triggers. They are very clicky and don't have much travel to them. I'd say they're on par with the Switch Lite. First impression of the action buttons and the D-pad is that it feels great. Here's a look at the back. It has no logo or anything, and I really like the overall design. By the way, I really like the size of this device. This is probably my favorite sized handheld yet, and I'm really looking forward to some long game sessions on it. Here it is compared to my new Nintendo 3DS XL SNES edition. And here you can see that while the 3DS measures in at 21.71mm, the Retroid Pocket 3 is a super thin 14.68mm. As a matter of fact, that's thinner than basically any other competitor. Here is the Anbernic RG552, measuring in at 20.07. The Anbernic RG353P is 20.61mm at its thinnest point, and the only real competitor here in terms of thinness, the AYN Odin, is 15.40mm at its thinnest point between the grips. And here you have a side-by-side comparison with the same AYN Odin Pro. Last but not least, I can mention that the Odin has more travel to the triggers, while the RP3 has shorter travel but a much nicer click when you press it. Time and some more testing will tell which one I will prefer. The action buttons feel nice and clicky, as I said before, but they are very small. You can see here that they are only 6.79mm in diameter, while the same buttons on the Odin Pro are about 1mm bigger at 7.70mm. It may not seem as much, but for buttons like this it can actually be a big deal. On the RG353P the buttons are even bigger in comparison, with 8.55mm. And to wrap this unboxing up, I thought I would just start this up and show you the first boot. Now here comes a twist to this up until now rather pleasant unboxing. While starting and setting up this device, I noticed straight away that something was wrong. The whole right side of my device didn't respond to any button presses. As you can see here, it doesn't record any button presses from the right side, including triggers, action buttons or thumbstick. I had to take my whole device apart, and I found out that the connector that should connect the right side of my RP3 to the rest of the device wasn't even connected at all. And what's even weirder is that the connector is soldered onto the board in the wrong direction. I don't know if that's common, but I had to try for a very long time before I succeeded in squeezing in the thin connector cable. At least I managed to fix my device, but I really think it's super bad that you should have to do something like this on a device that costs $180 including shipping. I definitely hope that the overall experience with this device when I start to use it for gaming will overcome all the hardware cons. Well, at least that's been it for this unboxing, first impressions and comparison video of the new Retroid Pocket 3. It's a small and handy little device, and I really hope that I can learn to love it after the hardware flaws. Let me know what you want to see tested on it, as I will soon start to work on the software experience video. As always, if you liked the video, please leave a comment or give it a like. If you like content like this in general, consider to subscribe to my channel for more. Catch you in the next one, thanks for watching.